Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. So I have my crystal ball off to the side. I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different. If you're returning, welcome back. You know how we do. If it doesn't resonate with you, if you're forcing the story to fit, arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. Channel members, you will have a collective message that posts later this weekend, so definitely check that out. And if you're interested in channel memberships, that link will be in the description box below. Okay, so special day today. This is the first year anniversary of Witch and Scythe. So for everybody who's been here since the beginning and everybody who's joined along the way, thank you for being here with me. Now let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I have this deck out because I can tell that this is going to be a collective of ancestors that step forward. I've been feeling the weight of the ancestors since I first woke up this morning, so I already know this is what's going to happen. Let's tune in. Okay, taking a step aside. And allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay. I am getting very much of an older feminine energy that's stepping forward. I feel something inside of my chest. I don't know if that's related to how this individual passed or if it just represents some like pain or longing that's there. This individual wants this collective to know, and I'm going to give some signs here in a second. They want this collective to know that they're observing you, right? They're with you, they're watching you. Okay. There's a sense that some of you may have that this person is with you. You may have a sense that this person is even preparing you in some way. I do have preparation here. And so, okay. And now the energy just totally switched. And I'm being told to take this card last. Okay, so the energy just completely switched. It's almost like that maternal sort of energy, whether it's a mother or a grandmother, or for some of you, maybe even an aunt. It's just an older female energy that you think about often, that you feel like is around you. It's almost a confirmation for somebody that, yes, they are around you. Okay, what am I pulling and pulling? Pulling from over here, okay. And, okay, now they're giving me the symbols. So for those of you who, you're being prepared for something, we're going to get into this a little bit. We're going to get into this storyline a little bit. There is a card at the end that they want me to pull. I'll just go ahead and pull it out. And we have to read this one at the end. And they're giving me some symbols. So I'm going to give the symbols. If you're new to my channel, it doesn't mean that the symbols mean that it's your message or not. It means that if the symbols resonate for you, pay extra attention. So the first symbol is, I feel like a tree house, but I'm seeing a tree swing. So maybe it's both. Maybe it's a tree house with a tree swing. I'm seeing the color fire engine red, and I'm seeing it on different things. So somebody has like a purse that's fire engine red, lipstick that's fire engine red. Somebody really likes red. You might be an Aries. I'm seeing the owl from the Tootsie Pop commercials. And then I'm seeing triangles, the alchemical triangles for the elemental signs, for the elements. Brown horse, a koi pond, and a, what is this? This is a peace sign, but it's on a tapestry. It's like a really colorful tapestry that might be behind somebody right now, okay? Or, no, behind somebody. Okay, is that it? That's it. Number 9, the number 9 also, okay. Okay, so what is this ancestor helping to prepare for? Okay, so there's a lot going on here. So one of the things that I'm seeing here is that we've left something behind in the past. For a lot of you, this is ways that we've held ourselves back. This feels a little bit like whoever I'm speaking to inside this collective, you've recently come to believe in yourself a lot more. I almost feel that for some of you, this has taken over. This has been over the course of many, many months that you've slowly and gradually started to believe in yourself more, trusting your voice because of the King of Swords being here. One of the things I'm seeing is that we may have held ourselves back in some way. This almost feels like a self-sabotage coming through, especially with the Devil card showing up on the bottom as kind of the overall energy that's coming through here. There is some sort of karmic obstacle or karmic undertone to our life that we've been trying to navigate. I'm seeing that here with the spider on this web, right? The web is something that we weave, and we have to try to navigate our way around it there without getting stuck in it somehow, right? There is this energy that with this Knight of Wands, there may have been this habit of believing in ourselves and then dropping ourselves, right? So working on self-love, but then getting involved in situations or habits that were self-harming, for example, and flopping between the two. And that's a normal part of healing ourselves. That's a normal part of learning to step into self-love, is to isolate all those ways that we self-harm and to extricate those things from our life. So someone here has done those things. I see the Nine of Pentacles. This is somebody who is now free of those things. The Nine of Pentacles is a self-made man or woman. She doesn't have all these attachments and addictions. And that's not to say that, whoever I'm reading for, that you're not struggling with any of those things. It's just there's something major here that we have extricated ourselves from. Again, I think for some of you, this is going to be that habit of holding ourselves back or self-sabotage, but it doesn't have to be. It can be things that do hold you back, right? So it could be a job that you were stuck in for a while that you've left behind. It could be a marriage or a relationship that you were in that really held you back, right? So it's going to be different for everybody, whether it's personal or it's external to us. But what I see here is I see this Ten of Pentacles. This Ten of Pentacles is something that I almost feel that when we left this thing behind, we established a greater connection. We established a greater sense of being in tune. The Ten of Pentacles really represents the spheres of the Kabbalah, right? The spheres of the Tree of Life. And all of the spheres are present here. With the exception of Da'ath. All the spheres here, the central sphere that is making my notice, is taking my notice, is the sphere of Tifereth. So that is correlated with that personal power center, right? That solar plexus. This has been the lesson for somebody, is that solar plexus energy, stepping into their authenticity, stepping into their own sovereignty, right? And that's a huge thing about what this channel is about. And so it doesn't surprise me that this is the reading coming through on the 1-year anniversary of this channel. But somebody has gotten into this position. One of the things that it has required of somebody is to become a little ruthless. And I see here the King of Swords. This is an energy where somebody has had to kind of learn to stand up for themselves and put their own feelings first, to put their own needs first for once, right? In order to say that I also have a right to be here and I have a right to take up space. So this is a huge progression to go from this sort of cowering Four of Pentacles energy, which is synonymous in some ways with the Devil card, because the Devil card is also that Capricornian Saturnine energy that's holding us and keeping us bound. And so this to me is the lesser devil. And then we have this King of Swords, and the King of Swords is the straight shooter, right? He doesn't always care about who he hurts or what he does. He cares about the truth. And so this is somebody really uncovering their truth. And I'm not saying that whoever this message is for, that you've been completely unempathetic. But you have a goal in mind in terms of yourself, in terms of the life that you want to live, in terms of the feeling that you want to have. And it's almost this feeling of get out of my way. Which I like. So here what I see is I see the Justice card after that. This has given somebody a greater sense of balance inside of their life. And this is really helping someone to create very solid foundations for themselves. And that's beautiful. And what the message is that this ancestor has been with you this whole way. And they have been helping you with this preparation card. That's not to say we're taking any credit away from you. But this ancestor just wants you to know that I am still here, right? I'm still here. I'm helping you. In some ways, it almost feels that this ancestor may be making up. There's some of you, right? Not all of you. This ancestor, especially if it was like a mother figure, may be making up for ways that they weren't there for you in life. So here we go. This last card, not at the end. This is about freedom. This ancestor is trying to help you to free your karmic relationship from each other. Not to get away from you, but just to heal that sort of energy that you both have. Because the karma that we experience is not necessarily between us and other people, it's in ourself, right? It just plays out between us and other people. The relationship we have with other people is the vehicle by which it tries to heal or it tries to damage, right? So this ancestor is trying to free both of you in some way by helping you. And in you growing and evolving, it's helping them too. It's helping both of you. And so there's a sense of freedom that's coming in here, not just for you, whoever this message is for. This is for your family. This is for your ancestry, right? I heal myself to heal my family. I heal my family to heal the world. And so this is very beautiful energy. This is like the gift that this ancestor has been giving you inside of this life. You could have done it on your own. You absolutely could have. But there's something here that you needed help with in order to be given the inspiration and that sort of push in order to understand your true value and your true worth. For some of you, this ancestor helped you navigate towards avenues that would help you, right? Whether it was friends or people who could say the right thing to you to help you. This ancestor had a huge part in that. Okay, let's see. So now what I'm seeing, okay. This is all about awakening. We have the waker. And when we get into this energy of awakening, this is understanding our relationship with the outside world. Many of you are in this position right now. This ancestor is trying to get you to see exactly how powerful you are and the power that you can exhibit in your waking reality. When we're in this Four of Pentacles, we're very closed off, right? In some ways, we're very wounded in some ways. And this is a very... the energy sucks in. I don't know how else to put that. So there is like this pulling in of energy, and then we have this transformation in the sacral chakra, in the solar plexus, even in our sort of spiritual relationship, right? Our relationship to the divine that has then flipped things. And this flip has caused us to be more of this energy, where now we're the ones that decide what comes, what goes. So this is really balanced. Somebody has entered a state of being very balanced, and this was required to reach this waker state. Someone is starting to understand the reflection outside of themselves as a byproduct of that. And we have the patron, mentorship, and finances. So what this card is telling me, I'm being very drawn to those two symbols there. They're almost reminding me of the crossed keys in the Hierophant. So the crossed keys is the power to loose and the power to bind. So there's something here that someone is understanding about their power, about their spiritual power inside of their own reality. And many people go through life without recognizing this, and so they get caught up inside of a life that is very hard. It's a dream that they can't wake up from, or a nightmare that they can't wake up from. Whoever this message is for, your ancestor has got you to this place and helped you out of this energy so that you could then get yourself to a place where now your eye is completely open and you're understanding things about external reality that you didn't realize before. And you're understanding that within you, you are the Hierophant. Within you is the power to loose and the power to bind. Okay, we have the Queen. This is determination and sacrifice. I feel that for this collective, there was recently, and I feel that it has to do with this too. Notice these two cards being the bottom of the deck, right? We have the Devil, we have the Puppeteer. Very similar cards. So I do feel here that this is about our loss of control or lack of control, and establishing that, no, I do have control. One thing I feel from this collective is that there are things that we had to let go of, right? I feel that there may have been something major recently that somebody had to let go of. But this is sitting over this King of Swords and this Justice card. This is almost like a test that we had to let go of in order to allow ourselves to continue on this journey. There is a little bit of a sense, I have to say it because we have this patron with the cross keys, which is the power to loose and the power to bind. For some of you, this may have been a lesson about it. I have a vow, I have an oath, I have a sacred contract, not letting those things matter. Right? I'm just going to say that about not letting those things matter. So here what we have, and I'm going to say this very briefly, and I'm not trying to tell people what's right or wrong. I'm going to tell you my own perspective on this. When we have those things, that's this. That's exactly what this card stands for, right? And so just think really carefully when you start getting inside of your life and you start living your life in terms of, I have this contract, I have this vow, I have this thing. The question that you should be asking yourself, is it right for me? Okay, so when we have this energy here of this Queen of Swords, I do feel that there are lots of different areas where we've let things go. our belief states, our feelings, our relationships, different areas of our life where we've had to kind of peel away the layers of the onion to get into our own authenticity and who we actually are, what we actually want for ourselves, what we actually want in our lives. And this gives us that power to understand ourself enough to be able to loose and bind inside of our reality. I do think that all of this is about overcoming this. This is a sense of spiritual slavery. Again, when we're waiting around for other things to like drop in our lap, or we're waiting around to be led, or we're waiting around to be told to what to do, or we're waiting around for some vow to be fulfilled. This is all different ways that we as human beings, we engage in spiritual slavery. This is not our own autonomy, right? This is not our own it's not exhibiting our own self-efficacy. Someone has overcome this. Underneath this devil card, what we have is the world. Someone has wrapped this cycle up. And I do feel that this is part of what this ancestor had helped you with. For some of you, this ancestor, this was a person, not for everybody, but for some of you, this was a person who is very strong, a very strong person. They may not have exhibited love because of that strength that they had. They had that hard strength, right? Very King of Swords energy that I'm feeling. And that's why they're trying to help you in this sort of afterlife position, almost as a guide for some of you, and you may be aware of that. Okay, what else? All right. Okay, we have the net caster, and this is the future, right? We have the net caster, preparations come to fruition. The divine matrix, again, understanding what we put out there, what comes back. We have the balancing act, dances on one foot. Notice the color green here. There's a lot of heart healing that's had to take place in order for this solar plexus energy to come in. Someone has had to learn to really love themselves. Again, I'm going to notice this because for some of you that little bit earlier may be really important because we have sacred contract on the bottom. Okay, and we have opportunity. So I want to note this card real fast because this card, it says fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. I never really listen to that, even though that can be it. I always pay attention to the fact that it says fortune's wheel, and this looks like the wheel of fortune. It also, you know, in some ways the wheel of fortune is very symbolic of the world card. I'm used to calling it the universe, the world card. And one of the things that seems to be happening here is this is a complete change and shift in the way that someone is approaching life, right? The way that we're approaching the world, the way that we're approaching ourselves. And when we have this netcaster with preparations come to fruition, these are the preparations that this ancestor has been trying to help you reach here. Now, again, this has something to do with us in relationship to the outside world with this divine matrix. Not just the outside world, but also the spiritual world, our emotional world, our intellectual world, and balancing on one foot. It's like bringing these things all together into a fine symbiosis of where we now are able to establish and create our own opportunities. We have this card here. Notice all the eyes. And I'm almost feeling like each of these eyes is in a different like dimension, right? So allowing our minds through the process of accepting ourselves and loving ourselves, allowing our mind to expand. And in this mind expansion, this is kind of bringing us into the energy of being able to manifest the things that we truly desire inside of our life, because we're also able to shut the door on the things that we don't actually want, right? People who show up a certain way or don't show up, situations that want to disrupt your peace or disrupt your mindset. And it doesn't mean that any of those people or any of those places are necessarily bad. It just means that it's not right for us, right? And so here what we get is we get somebody who has been prepared by spirit, literally, to open up, to expand, to experience the world in a new, beautiful sort of way, through experiencing themselves in a new, beautiful way. And that this is essentially a perception change that has taken place over the course of time that's given somebody a great deal of power. And like I said at the very beginning, one of the things, I think I said it, one of the things that I felt was like, if you only knew how powerful you actually were. I may not have said that. That might be the title for this, though, for sure, because that's what I'm seeing here. We're still in a process of discovering that, but now we're kind of in this, like last stretch where the magic really happens. So whoever this message is for, I hope this resonates for you. If you like this, please hit the like button. Feel free to leave a comment, and until next time,